So today we'll study the third unit, starting the third unit. In the third unit, do you all have the syllabus? You don't have. There are the theories of development of the cities. So let us start with the concentric model zone theory. Concentric model unit 3. Model zone, concentric model zone theory. You draw the figure like this. In between I will call you, so you give the response if you are really attending the class, every student. Now the concentric model zone theory, okay? You write down the concentric zone model theory, also known as the Burgess model.
Sorry sir, known as?
It is the name of the scientist. Burgess. Burgess model suggested by the American sociologist. He was an American sociologist in 1925. In the main exam, if there are the objective, then these things we can ask in the objective. The theories, who designed the theory, name the scientist. It was designed in which year, like 1925. So you should remember all the things, because in the objective these types of question may come. So the concentric zone theory, model theory, was invented by the Burgess. He was the American sociologist in 1925. Based on human ecology theory, it was based on the human ecology theory done by Burgess and applied on Chicago. There is a city in the America, Chicago. So he studied that particular town and then he suggests his theory.
Sorry sir, कुछ फीलिंग स्लो because वो चीजें छूट रही हैं.
Based on the human ecology, this theory invented by him by studying a city, Chicago, in the America. Chicago, you already have heard the name Chicago in the America. It was the first explanation of the distribution. It was the first explanation of the distribution of social groups. It was the first explanation of the distribution of the social groups within urban areas. It is also the earliest description urban land use model. It is also the earliest descriptive urban land use model, which divides cities in a set of concentric circle, as it is clear from the picture, which divides cities in a set of concentric circles expanding from the center of the town, up to the suburb, expanding from the center of the city up to the suburb. Okay, suburb means like for Indore, the Mahu and the nearby city Saver, these are the suburb, or Rala Mandal, like this. They are nearby towns are called as a suburb. It is based on the concept that the development of the development of the city takes place It is based on the concept that the development of the city takes place outwards from its central area. Outwards from its central area. From the center, it expands toward the outwards to form a series of concentric zones. To form a series of concentric zones. According to Burgess, there are 5 concentric zones. There are 5 concentric zones.
Sir, Burgess है और Burgess है.
B for boy. BURGES. Burgess. There are 5 concentric zones showing different types of land uses. The inner zone is known as the CBD. Capital C, capital B, capital D. Short form is CBD. The full form is Central Business District. It is known as the Central Business District. Now you write down the explanation of. You write this name with the red pen or something like this, heading from the another pen and explanation from those. I want the use of 2-3 pens in your notebook. So it seems good, also easy to remember the thing for you also. So it is the most inner circle. Forming the core of the city. In Chicago, it was known as loop, LOOP, loop. Burgess model has also termed the zone where most of the territory employment is located. Like if you know about the Indore, the Rajwada is the CBD, Central Business District Zone. You can say in every city there is an old city. And it is called after that the expansion take place of any city. The basic city in the history, in the long ago, it is some area in the center of the city. After that it expand outward as the population grow, it expand outside this area. So this is called the CBD. So termed as the zone where most of the territory employment is located. And also transport infrastructure. Also the transport infrastructure is converging to make the zone most accessible. Means in the Ujjain, like the Gopal Mandir area is, I think, in the Indore, it is the Rajwada. There is transportation available from every area. You can reach every bus or every public transport goes to the Rajwada. And they are agree also, auto rickshaw also, they are ready to go because it is most accessible, and so you can get the public transport as well the another transport to go to the central area. In the other area, there are not necessary that transportation is easily available. For the central zone, you can go from anywhere to the central zone because there is a crowd. Everybody wants to go there. Everybody comes from there. If you have a very far colony away, if you are no public transport, no city bus is available for that colony. Also, if you ask for the auto rickshaw or something, they also create the problem that will not get the return savari. Okay, so this is the easy converging, making the zone most accessible. It is the most accessible area of the city. CBD is the area focused on commercial, social and civic life. In America or any city, in America or any per city, it occupies the least space and most of the part is non-residential. Because every businessman wants that he should open the shop there, because it is easily accessible, everybody can come easily, and everybody is come to that space. Like in the Rajwada, in the Sarafa, the rate of the per square feet rate is, I think, 50,000 rupees per square feet. Like in the Marine Drive in the Bombay or any city, the central area, the rate of the space is very, very high, because the area was previously it was the very small area, and the business things are going on the increase. As everybody wants that I should open the everybody wants that I should open my shop or my business there, because so many people are coming, it is the crowded. So this is the thing, because therefore the residential area they shift day by day, because if they are residing on the ground floor, they think that I should open the shop here, so I will get the more rent and I will go to the first floor or something. So it is like that. Now the second zone in this is the zone of transition. Transit. Do you know the word transit? To shift anywhere. The zone of the transition. TRANSIT. This zone encircle the core or the CBD zone. Means second zone, as you are looking in the figure, it encircle the CBD, the second one. This zone encircle the core or the CBD of the zone 1. In this zone, older private houses are either in the process of being taken. In this zone, older private houses are either in the process of being taken over for the shops, offices and lighter industrial unit. There are light industrial unit means like the ready-made work. You can open this. They have the silai machines. They cut the things and they stitch the cloth. So it is the lighter one. So there are agarbatti banana. This is the lighter. So there are so many business which not create the nuisance. They can open in this. They want to open the things in this area, or in the process of now, or the office and light industrial unit, or in the process of subdivision to from smaller dwelling units. In the process of subdivision of the smaller dwelling units. Like example, if there are on the ground floor there are 4, 5, 6 rooms, he wants that it should be converted into, the front one is converted into office shops, the behind is converted into the smaller industrial units, agarbatti or like this. So they divide the things. One house is divided in the small things. There may be 2, 3 shops, there is 1, 2 small industrial, then first floor there may be the offices, banks. So they divide the things in the smaller dwelling unit. This is the transition period, means they are changing, go on the changing from the housing to the, this is called the transition period. This area of the city is attracted by the immigrants. Do you know the word immigrant? Immigration, have you heard? Shift from one place to another is called the immigrant. If you are going to foreign, you fill the immigration form. So it is immigrants. Means you immigrant from your town. You are not from the local Indore, I think. So you come to the Indore. In America, it was contained. In America, it was contained poorest segment of urban population, that is first generation immigrants, because there are so many commercial activities in the central area. The working people wants to stay there because they daily come to the shop, opening their industry, then cutting industry, ready-made industry. The Majura want to come daily and down, so they want to stay nearby that area. Okay, so they feel easy to come to because they are not the money-wise financially strong people. They used to come by the walking or by the bicycle, so they want to stay nearby. So these are also converted in some hostel. Some badas you see in the olden days, it converted into 1 room, 2 room. The people live there in their toilets, common toilets in the chowk. So people can want to stay there because their difficulty is there. Common toilet, number लग रहा है उसमें, है ना? Light ventilation is difficult in every room because the houses are nearby to each other, like the Rajwada or Jail Road. Still they want to stay there because of the financial status, because they cannot come by the auto or they don't have the vehicle, motorcycle or something, so they want to stay nearby. Okay. Now the third zone of working men's houses. The zone 3 is the zone of working men houses. It is the third concentric circle. First you write the heading, name of the third zone of working men's houses. This is the title, and then the explanation. This is the third concentric circle inhabited by the workers. Inhabited means रहने वाले, कौन लोग? Inhabited means रहना. Inhabited by the workers in the industries. Who have escaped from the area of deterioration, but who desire to live within easy access. This is gradually converted in the business, so nearby the houses are converted in the hostel and like this, some shops, some offices, as in the previous zone. Now here there are I already explained you, there is a problem, living problem. Small rooms with a common toilets, no ventilation, no parking place. So some people want to escape and they shift there because it is also easy and to come, and the light ventilation or new houses, new buildings are there, so they are comfortable in the third zone. Okay, so क्या लिखा?
Who desire to live within easy access
of their work. This zone has advantage of being located near the major zone of the employment. This zone has the advantage of being located near the major zone of employment. जेठा जाना हो तो जा, देख लो तुमको जब जाना. Now, houses of medium income group of the people are found in this zone. Means medium income group means the poor who cannot afford the motorcycle or daily expense of the public transport or like this, but the medium income group can afford the motorcycle to come and go. So it is nearby the area, he can afford the ticket of the public transport, sharing auto rickshaw, he can pay 10 rupees come and 10 rupees for going like this. So he can afford the things. It is the medium group income. So they shift in this third zone because they want some facilities like they are bored with the common toilet. So in this case they have the toilet, their own toilet, their water supply is good. But in the second zone, the tap is also common. They take the water from the bucket from the common tap, and they take stood in the queue, stood in the queue for the taking the bath or something. So in this zone they are the comfortable. So this is the medium income group. Change the paragraph. In the Chicago, this zone is determined by. In the Chicago, this zone is determined by two-story building. This zone is determined by the two-story building in which house owner lives. In lower story. As the house were ground floor, then as the owner is attract for the rent because people are, it is nearby the CBD, they are attract for the rent. So they construct the house to the second story. They expand the the attraction for the income. So they shift on the either they shift on the first floor or they live in the ground floor and give the rental to the first floor. Okay. So in the Chicago, the zone is known by the two-story building, dominated by the two-story building in which house owner lives in the lower story. It may be on the first floor also. With the upper story was given to the tenant. Now comes to the zone number 4.
With the upper story.
Yeah, upper story. The owner may live in the ground or in the upper story. As the tenant asks for the shops, the shop is preferably on the ground floor, so he shift to the upper floor. If he rented for the offices, then office may be on the first floor, so he live in the ground floor, like this. It depends upon situation. The zone 4th is zone of the better residences. The zone number 4 is the zone of the better residences. Encircling the zone 3, it is the zone of better resident. As you mind that in the city the houses are constructed adjacent to each other. There is no side space. Sometimes the back lane was there and front is the road. So no light ventilation from the side. There is no space for the parking also because they come up to the road, the construction. As you shift from that area to the colony, something, so and the size of the plot is bigger. If you have the 30 or 20 by 40 or 50 plot, you have the front space by the rule of the municipal for the parking or something. Also you have the back space. So light ventilation is better than the city area. If you shift for the little bigger plot, 30 by 50, in the 30 by 50, the one wall is the common because having the adjacent to the another, no light ventilation. But in the front there is a space, in the side there is a space, In the back there is, so 3 side ventilation is there. As you shift to the colony or nearby area or size of the plot is increasing. This is by the rule of the municipal and town planning. If you are going from the still bigger plot like 40-60, there is a all around the MOS is compulsory. It is on the front, it is in the back, and both the side you leave the space. So you get the ventilation from all the 4 sides. But as you are going to the bigger and bigger size, the cost is going on increasing. So everybody cannot afford, but somebody can afford like this. So this is the zone of better residences is like this. For the smaller it is little better, for the big medium it is still little better, and for the more size it is very very better. It is residential area of the higher class apartment building. It may be the residential area of high class apartment building, or exclusive restricted unit for the single family. As I explain you, maybe a bungalow or maybe a apartments, but better apartments. So it is the single family bungalow or multi-story apartment building. The people living here are engaged. In certain profession. People living here are engaged in certain profession like bank, commercial institution, shopping unit, or light industrial unit. These dwelling units have vast open space. In front of their houses, which can be used for the gardening. Now come to the last, 5th zone, the commuter zone. COMMUTER and apostrophe S, commuters, COMMUTER, then apostrophe S, commuters zone. According to the Burgess, it is the outermost circle. It is the outermost circle beyond the city limits. Like Pragati Vihar in our Indore, or outskirts, Naita Mundla, like this. They are comes under the suburb. They are not in the city of the Indore. They are far away on the bypass or something, where public transportation is not available on the bypass. So according to Burgess, it is the outermost circle beyond the city limits. It is known as the commuter's zone. Suburb area of the cities. People inhabiting this zone by daily commute to main. Commute means come and go. Commute to main city of the work. Commute daily to the main city of the work. Means if the public transport is not available but they are financially strong, they want to live in the suburb. Means aspas there are bare land, very they buy the 1 acre land and they build the houses there like this. So they have their own garden and their own something, everything. They have the car, they have the driver, they have the 2-3 cars. So they can afford to come to the workplace daily and go back, because the public transportation is not available at this place. So the very rich people live in this zone, away from the pollution of the city. They want to live in the fresh air and something, okay? But they can afford the thing because they used to come their working place daily to the city. They have the driver, they have the cars. They don't need the public transport. so they can afford the thing. This is the commuter zone. It is characterized by the higher class. It is characterized by the higher class residential people, and this area is developed. Along the rapid travel. Means if there is a city, the buses are coming from the Pune, the buses coming from the Agra, Delhi. On that road, they want to live in the nearby, है ना? Like in the bypass, in the Indore, the bypass, the big size of the lands are available. So they live on the rapid transport along the rapid travel. Okay, they live along the rapid travel. The residential areas widely spaced. And there are open spaces. The residential area widely spaced, and there are open spaces between two houses because they are situated in suburb. As I told you, they are out of the city, nearby town. They are situated where there are farms. जहाँ पे खेत है वहाँ पे वो खरीद लेते हैं. वहाँ पे आसपास कुछ भी नहीं है, ओपन स्पेस बहुत है, बहुत सारे पेड़ पौधे हैं, खेत है ना, लाइक दिस. क्या लिखा था अपन ने?
Because they are situated in suburb.
और ओपन स्पेस लिख लिया ना. There are open space between the two houses. There are more open spaces between the two houses. या तो ऐसा लिखो या वैसा लिखो, because they are situated in the suburb area. There still be open country and farm of the village. There still be open country and farm. Farm means खेत. Country means outside. Town means city, and country means outside the city. Town and country planning. So town means city, and country means outside the area is called the country. Outside the town is called the country. Therefore we call the country India, or outside some city is called the country. So town and country planning name comes from the. So still it is a open country and farms. Villages changing in character. Villages are changing in character, and functions become dormitory settlement. In the small thing, dormitory means in the one room there are 10 people for the room, but for the town some people are एक हाउस आया, दूसरा हाउस आया, तीसरा हाउस आया. In the village किसी ने एक खरीदा, फिर फ्रेंड ने उसके दूसरा खरीदा. So dormitory means in this use of dormitory means they are coming in the outside that village, 1 house, 2 house, 3 house, 4 house, like this. Dormitory settlement for commuters. Who travel to the work in the city. Commuting costs are highest, not the higher, it is highest. Commuting cost is highest because even public transport, but auto rickshaw or some these types of things are also not available. They have to their own cars, own drivers, or so it is the highest commute. Daily come to the workplace and going back is the highest cost for there. Prior to the mass diffusion of the automobile. In the olden area, in the town, one person have the car, I think. Even in the 1970, the Dhar, there were only 1-2 scooters were there. Nobody have the scooters. Nobody have the telephones. One in the mohalla, there is one telephone. If some have the urgent work, they call there. You ask this, you inform that people go to there. He asked, your telephone is coming, you please come. you attend the telephone like this. In the previous, so automobile now you are looking for so many cars and bikes, and but in the previous days the diffusion of the automobile was not like this. Therefore most of these settlements were located next to the railway station. Most of these settlements were located next to the railway station, because they don't have the car or bike on the olden area. They found for the train which goes to the nearby station, which is out of the city. So for the first station in this direction, in that direction, they used to settle there, because it is the outside of the city. It is more ventilated, more trees are there, more greenery. So nearby railway station they used to settle in the previous area. Now this finishes your 5 zone of the concentric theory. Now there are some criticism, some lacuna of this theory, criticism of the Burgess model. The concentric zone model of the Burgess has been challenged at that time. The concentric zone model of the Burgess has been challenged by several contemporary urban geographers. Example, Mr. Alihan, Mr. Alihan, Alihan, Mr. Davis, Davic, Davis, Davic, name, these are the names who challenge the thing. Davic, Davics, Walker, Valter, Walter Ferry, Firey, Walter Ferry, and R.E. Dickinson, Dickinson, Dixon. Some of the criticisms of the Burgess model are as follows. Some of the criticisms of the Burgess model are as follows. Number 1, point number 1. This model does not work well. This model does not work well with cities outside the United States. This model does not work well with cities outside the United States, particularly with those developed under different historical monument. As you can take the example of the Agra. Due to the Taj Mahal, the development in that area is different from that circle. If there is some city area, and if go on means increasing the development in the all around, it is not equal, because due to the presence of the Taj Mahal, it is different for that particular area as compared to the other area. So due to the historical, this is the one of the example I have taken. Okay. Point number 2. Even in the United States, due to the advancement in the transportation, and information technology, and also due to the transformation of global economy, cities are no longer organized with clear zones. As you see in the Indore, the Vijayanagar and the Palasa area is growing more development, because the more commercial things are there, more something as compared to the Mahu side or Rajan Nagar side. So it means it is not same in the all around the Rajwada. Maybe more, it's due to the more commercial activity, more open space, more facility of the things, it in development is different for the different direction. But in this theory says that they are equal, the city grown equally outside the, but this is not the thing. Maybe some historical thing. Now the second is due to the some communication, transportation things. It is not like the Devas Naka. The transportation and go downs are available in the Devas Naka. The development is different as compared to the Rajan Nagar. Number 3, it explains peculiar American cities. It explains because he was from the America, he study only America, na? But it is not fit in the all the country. So it explains peculiar American cities where inner city is poor while suburbs are wealthy. Inner cities are poor while suburbs are wealthy. Point number 4. Burgess model assumes an isotropic plane. आइसोट्रॉपी समझते हो, स्ट्रक्चर में पढ़ा होगा. Burgess model assumes an isotropic plane. Isotropic means same property in the all direction. It is called the isotropy. So Burgess model assumes an isotropic plane, unchanging landscape of the city. But while physical features may restrict the growth, of the town, in certain direction. Example, if there is a river in the town, so expansion of the city not preferably is not from the river, है ना? It restricts the river. River is restricted in this direction. So the expansion is the another direction. रिवर में कैसे जाएगा आदमी? He don't want. या रिवर के उस पार भी daily come and flow through the river. It is very difficult. So it restricts the physical things. May restrict somewhere there is a hill, है ना? So it restricts the thing in the all the direction. It is not possible as Burgess explained the thing. Maybe a river or in the sea shore area, there is sea front, there is a sea. So how can they expand the city in the sea? It is not possible. So it is not uniform all around due to these things, due to the river, due to the sea, due to the hills. These physical features change this theory. Point number 4, fifth. In many cities, decentralization of the shops, manufacturing industry, comma करके, in many cities decentralization of shops, comma, manufacturing industries and place of entertainment observed in different parts of the city. As I gave you the example of the Indore, the Vijayanagar and the Palasia and that area have the more malls and theaters and like this as compared to the Rajannagar side area or any other airport area. Also in the airport side, the restriction of the height because the planes take off and landing. So the development is in that area is slow because they restrict the thing. But in the other area, you can construct the 10-story, 12-story, 20-story, multi-story. So due to the airport also, though something restrict the uniform expansion of the city, it is not the uniform. Burgess also accepted, change the paragraph after 5th point. Burgess also accepted that his concentric zone model, उसने मान लिया खुद ने भी that his concentric zone model can be modified by some physical and cultural factors. Example, nature of the surface. In the foreign, if you see, there are uneven surfaces. Some the hills is there, then plain ground is there. So nature of the surface also restrict the thing. Then transportation also, where the transportation is available easy, they expand the city in that direction. Like to go in the Bhopal side, there is easy transportation to go Bhopal, Delhi, Agra, like this. The transportation are easy. So expansion of the city in the Bhopal side is more. So transportation, etc. Therefore, the expansion of the city may take place. Along the transportation route, instead of radial direction. One more point I forgot. One more 6 point. The political area also affect. You can write in between 6 star करके लिख लो, फेयर में लिख लो. The 6th point is the political things also affect the political influence also affect the expansion of the city radially. Political influence also affect the expansion of the city radially. Like in the Indore, Kailash Vijayvargiya is living in some area, है ना? He developed that area like anything because his area is. Our CM, is his town, he developed his town like anything. So political things are also affect the expansion of the city. So this finishes your concentric zone model theory. In the next class we'll study another theory. There are 3-4 theories. So okay, good luck, have a good day.